Right, well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Bedford. How are you doing tonight? Woo! Wow, what a beautiful, smiley, sartorially elegant, and musically passionate audience we have here tonight. Before we start the show, we'd like to find out in the traditional way, by the raising of hands, how many people have never been to the Bedford before? If you're a Bedford virgin, be proud now. Oh my God, nearly all of you. Welcome down. That's a very proud virgin there. I'm going to explain a little bit about the format and the philosophy of what's going to happen here tonight. The first thing you noticed when you came in through these double doors, which are now closed, is there was no door entry fee for coming in. Tonight, all of the artists are giving their time, their talent, and their energy for free. However, yeah, well, it's kind of worth a round of applause. However, this is the this is the important part. Now we've got you in, sat down, settled and comfortable, we're going to ask you to pay something to be here tonight. We're going to ask you all to pay attention. Now that is not the cheap option, that's the expensive option, because during the performances, much of which will be very acoustic, we ask you to support the artists by not talking through the songs and keeping your attention focused on the stage. If you do need to have a chat, want to do a bit of networking, catch up with some old mates, our main bar remains open until midnight. However, oh, that door's still open for some strange reason. Hang on a minute. I'm going to break the fourth wall here. It's quite an expensive fourth wall as well. I keep breaking it. The exit and the entrance for the room now are through the door on my left here. Can you all see that? Through here. That will take you to the loo, take you outside for fresh or nicotine air, whichever you prefer, and back to the main bar. And actually, as there's so many new people here, we should do the emergency procedures. So, thank you for enjoying music with us here at the Bedford tonight. In the event of an emergency, the emergency exits are to my left, straight ahead, and there's one upstairs. If at any point during the evening there should be a lack of music, small headphones will drop from the ceiling. To activate them, please make sure you're listening to good music before helping other people. If you have a mobile phone, we ask you to put it on the silent position, but to continue taking pictures and bits of video and posting stuff online on Instagram and Facebook and TikTok, I think. Or Tinder, X, whatever social media you use the most, but do tag us. We are at the Bedford Pub, that ampersand sign, the Bedford Pub, because we are at the Bedford Pub. Do share and like with everybody. Now, the final thing is, we are very busy here tonight. Lots of you have turned out to support live music. That's brilliant. The energy in the room is palpable. However, we are not alone. Now, I don't mean that in a full disclosure alien invasion kind of way. I'm not talking about Three-Eye Atlas thundering through the universe about to take over Britain or the world. Nor do I mean it in a theological or a spiritual sense. I just mean we've got a camera at the back of the room. And that camera is capturing all the live action on the stage. And by the wonders of technology, we are streaming this show live and direct over the internet to the entire world! It's bigger than you think, isn't it? Anyway, we're going to welcome to the stage our first... so, what's going to happen tonight is we have four of the most amazing, diverse, eclectic, and I promise you, truly brilliant performers you'll ever see on one stage in one place at one time tonight. We have a very, very special show for you this evening. And in return, of course, for your attention, these artists are giving you all of their beautiful energy and their music. What's going to happen is each act is going to come up in the first half, and two of the acts will do 2 songs, and two of the acts will do 3 songs. And then in the second half, we will do the same thing again, and the acts will come to the stage, but the other 2 acts will do 3 songs, and the other acts that did 3 songs beforehand will do 2 songs. I think that makes sense. And we have cunningly placed an interval just at the end of the first half and a bit before the beginning of the second half to give you a chance to have a chat and get some drinks and catch up and talk to the artists. But basically, you're going to see every artist twice tonight. That way, if someone arrives late, they don't miss anything, and if someone has to go early, they won't miss anything. So we're going to welcome to the stage our first act, and as you might imagine, to be the first artist to come on this stage and face you formidable lot out there, it's a bit nerve-wracking. So they've got to break the ice, they've got to warm you up. It's not an easy gig. So would you put a little extra love and energy into your applause and welcome to the stage our good friend, the brilliant Mr. Tony Moore. Thanks. And a great introduction. Right, so I'm going to play one song to kick the night off. And this is a song that comes from a show that I've been touring for the last 3 or 4 years, all original material. The show is called Awake, as opposed to Asleep, not as a place where you go when someone's dead and you talk how nice they were. And the show has video with all of the songs. So you can see we have a video screen has come down, and Rich, our masterful engineer, hopefully has queued up the backing track for the song with the video. It starts with a bit of a bang because it comes from the show, which is a continuous thing. This song is called Remember Me, and the show has 3 themes. The music has 3 themes generally. The first theme is a little bit about the madness of 2020 that descended on the world and what happened and some of my experiences and observations. The second part is a little bit about my mum, who sadly got dementia at the beginning of 2020 and became bedridden. So I moved into her house to become a primary carer and look after her, because she looked after me all my life, and I wanted to show the same love back to her. So whilst I was looking after her, I set all my equipment up in the shed, which in the show plays a very important part. And then the third strand is a little bit about my journey of life as a musician. When I was a kid, I grew up in Bristol. Anyone here from Bristol? Good, so we all moved to London, right? I grew up in Bristol, and I had bands at school, and I always loved adverts in what was called the Melody Maker back then. It doesn't exist anymore, but it was like the internet in a magazine. You had articles and interviews, you had want ads, gear for sale, bands looking for musicians, and I answered an advert, and I moved to London when I was 17, and I joined a band. Well, actually, before all of that, I grew up in Bristol when I was 13 and 14, I was going to the Bristol Colston Hall and seeing things like the Ziggy Stardust show with David Bowie, the original. I saw Pink Floyd doing Dark Side of the Moon the first time. I saw Jethro Tull doing Aqualung, and all kinds of amazing artists. Genesis doing Foxtrot and Selling England by the Pound, and I was inspired by all of those artists. I was always a bit of a theatrical kid. Anyway, I decided to move to London, so I answered an advert and I came to London and I joined a band. And that was my excuse to get out of Bristol and to come to London, which I've been here ever since. That band was called Iron Maiden. Oh, a couple of you have heard of them, yes. They did quite well. I left them because I knew they'd never make it. We're still great friends. I'm very proud of my time with the band. I'm very proud of the band. And Steve Harris, who is the bass player in the band, is a great mate and loves my album, and has actually taken me out as his support act with his other band called British Lion all around the world. He's taken me to Australia and Japan and North and South America, so I'm very blessed. However, a part of this musical is about my journey of life as a musician, and this song I'm about to play is called Remember Me, because when I was 13, I promised myself that I'd be doing my big one-man shows, and I'd be channeling my heroes like Bowie and the Beatles and Pink Floyd. And I never did it. Yes, I was in Iron Maiden. In the 80s, I was in a band called Cutting Crew. You might know. Oh, I just died in your arms tonight. Must have been something you said. So I was the keyboard player with that band and toured the world. And I've done some wonderful things, but I never did the thing that I promised myself I'd do until now. Significantly many years later. So this track is sung from the point of view of the very young Tony Moore to me now, saying, did you follow your dream? So Rich, take it away. Don't be surprised with a big bang. Remember me, I'm the boy you used to be, playing guitar, making music constantly, whilst my ma was sitting, knitting in the corner of the room. And what became that journey seems it passed so fast, and now this last bit comes too soon. Friends you fixed and a few hearts that you broke. The one important thing is you always did your best. When we it's only love that's manifest. Remember me on Dad's piano, so carefree, writing songs. Just a little wannabe who started dreaming, scheming how to become a superstar. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Tony Moore! It's only love that's manifest. It's only love that's manifest. Remember me, I'm the boy you used to be, standing next to someone I don't know. She left sad. Best audience on the tour so far. I love you all. Right, so if you want to know a little bit more about that, all of the music is on... I don't have it here tonight. From there. In British land. We start in Buckley at the Tivoli near Manchester, go up to Scotland, down to the Isle of Wight, out to Wales and back to London. If you're near any of those dates and we're not sold out, please come and say singer,